Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone has had a great Friday. End of the work week. Well, for some people it is. I totally get that program. But it is Friday. Something about it. It's always, it's a weekend. I got a weird video to do today, and this one's this is one of the most exciting videos I've ever done. And because it's about my dreams coming true. But I feel like I ought to be really transparent with everyone that has been a part of making this come true. Everyone that has watched my channel, has paid attention, has kept up. I owe you this. And, I'm so appreciative, because I wouldn't have the platform I have to make some of this stuff I'm fixing to talk about happen without you guys. It just wouldn't happen. And though I've worked hard as an angler all my life, for the first time in my life, I have, for something better to say, a platform to work off of. And a wonderful group of people that are along for this journey. And in that, I had, wanting to fish these bigger tournaments, and I've struggled around at it my whole life. My whole life, I've just worked hard. I've dug the money out of my pocket. I've made the decision: do I pay the rent? Do I make my truck payment? Or do I get in this tournament that I've dreamed about my whole life? Do I fish this circuit that is going to take me where I want to go and I've made some poor decisions along the way in that respect, and I've made the right one part of the way in that respect. And I've come to a crossroads in my life all of a sudden, and over this last little bit, I have decided to not do it all on my own. And I've always had a little bit of help, a little here and there. And there's been a few that have always jumped on board and been able to help some. But for the most part, I just try to do it myself, and it's always been a struggle. But this year, I'm like, I need this to happen. I need to make it happen, and I can't do it all by myself. And so once I made the national championship and I knew what that looked like, I really buckled down and was like, Chris, you need to get some financial help to chase your dreams. And that's going to be doing a lot of asking. It's going to be a lot of no's. So I did. I want to fish these opens. I don't want it to be a financial burden on my family. I really don't want it to be a financial burden on anyone that's decided to support me either. And oh my goodness, it has been unbelievable the amount of support I've managed to get to chase this dream. At 55 years old, so many have jumped on board. They're like, yeah, we're in. And to be able to know I can go do it and really pour my heart into it and know that the rent's going to get paid. Not by them, but, I still work every day. I still build spinner baits every day. It's going to take everything to do it right. And we know how expensive this sport is. It's going to take all those things. It's going to take me working hard, make sure the household bills get paid. It's going to take me working and getting baits done so that Arkansas Custom Tackle can keep operating and beginning to make a little money. And it's going to take some support, sponsor support on the water, along with my own. I've tried to be very frugal in my fishing and show that I can make a dollar go a long, long ways, that I'm not going to waste it, that I'm going to cherish each dime I can get and do the very best to make it go as far as possible. And I enjoy that part too. I enjoy making, dimes stretch a long ways. But I need to just get to the point here. What I've got is I've garnered quite a bit of support. And through that, some of that requires me to use my platform via YouTube, Facebook, TikTok to talk about the companies that have chosen to help me. And, many times I wear their logos. I try to switch around, it's like the one I'm wearing here and the one I'm wearing here. These are individuals that are helping me. And I switch around to 2 or 3 different ones. You'll notice that some. But, I signed a contract today that, part of the deal is to promote these companies. It's part of it. It's how it works if you're going to do this game and do it the way you do. It has to be done if you're really going to play at this level and get support. What I want to tell you guys is I'm going to be doing some videos talking about the companies that support me. Some of them are lures. Some of them are just companies that provide a service that are on board. And I want you to know that these are all companies I believe in. These are people that I know, people that I know who they are. I know their character. And so what you'll see is I'm not going to do this. I need to be able to do this. So I'm preparing you guys for it because I know I have a very straightforward channel. There's been no fluff and I want it to stay that way, and my sponsors want it to stay that way. But I also know I got to do them right too. That's only fair, because I want to keep pursuing this dream as long as I can. And so I have to do that. And I want to do that. That's the right way. With that, I want you to know how I'm going to go about doing that. And how I'm going to do that is there's going to be a video dedicated to, say, Backlash Marine. They help me out a ton. They do so much for me in keeping this equipment that I have that's older running. So, and there's a whole bunch more of them. But I'm going to dedicate one video every little bit to these companies. So you're going to see quite a few of them, but they're going to be short and they're going to be precise. They're going to give you some good information about them. And I know a lot of you live a long ways from here, but a lot of these companies you can buy in your retail store in your town or your local tackle store. So that's how I'm going to go about it. You're going to know the videos. You're going to know exactly what's happening. And I'm going to try my best to link where you can go find those in the wording or the bottom, see, I don't even know what I'm doing. That if you want to use those, you can. What I'm not going to do is I am not going to give you a 5-minute commercial before I do a video. I'm not going to talk about everyone that supports me every video. You're not going to get that. You're going to get a really nice bullet point videos that if you want to watch, and you can, but you're also not going to get this nonstop, every video, everyone that helps me, go to my whatever, do this. I've even been very reluctant in my own company, Arkansas Custom Tackle, to promote that company on this channel because I don't want it to become about that. I don't. I got a new bait I'm getting ready to roll out, and I'm almost nervous about doing the video because I don't want to be that guy that's pushing things on people because I don't like it either. I get sick of wanting to watch a video and have to watch 3 minutes of buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. I also want you to know these are companies I believe in. They're products that I use, that I believe in. They're people that I believe in. They're companies that I believe in. And I've also turned down some opportunities with some companies that just don't fit me. It's just not for me. One in specific, I had a great offer, but I was like, I just don't use that product. I don't really like it that much. I've tried it, don't like it that much. There's no reason for me to take the product from you and try to convince my viewers that I like it. I'm not going to do that. So the stuff you'll hear me talking about will be stuff that I believe in 100%. And so that's what it's going to look like. I got a lot of good things coming too that I'm going to be doing personally. Some really cool things I think you guys are going to like that are going to be around helping me make my dreams come true. It's just the way it is. Y'all have made this happen. Y'all gave me the place and the opportunity to do these kind of things. It's what I've dreamed about my whole life. But I also want you to know I'm going to continue being Chris. So be looking at it. Just be ready. I'm going to try to make those videos entertaining and educational, where you can get something from it. Maybe there'll be something there that'll help you or do you some good. They're not going to be long like this video. I'm making this one too long, but I need to put it out there because you're going to start seeing this soon. I have had some people do some absolutely amazing things to make this happen. And y'all have done some amazing things to make it happen. Y'all buying spinner baits and jigs from me. You don't know what it means, how much it helps. And I just want to say thank you. I want to tell you thank you up front for watching, paying attention to what's coming. This is going to be a fun year. This is what I've been waiting for right here. So with that, hope y'all enjoy it. I hope we have some fun. And we'll talk to you next time.